MLA kanokram constituency uba Ardent milop saimaj haba ay ke jingkran Hapoh ke ying dor bar thau ain ka Meghalaya nakabenta ka dor bar senrai bat habe tai shaphang ke jingshit bat ka jingkriat jong sunbeneng ha ke jala Meghalaya uba Ardent ula ong ba kumno kani ke Sorkar ka kwa ban wanra ya ke jaka pole doktor lani kata ka Medical College ha jaka badon ka civil hospital Shillong nalor bag Shillong kala khamnia shaba palan uba Ardent ula ay jingmut shaka Sorkar ba Lada ka kwa ban yo ya ki jaka shaki ba kham chngai na sor Shillong ru ula ban ïarap banwat jaka yaki badol ongru ukuloi banwat wat haka constituency ka jong u khnang ba ka jingkhap ngia hasor Shillong kanduna namar ba yamantahi wat yaki baladon luparu kalong ka bakham ngia shaba palan.
Very important issue in a form of the short duration discussion. So I would like to place on record that when I rise to speak on behalf of the Voice of the People Party and on behalf of the people of Meghalaya, that the party is not against the development of the state. However, sir, we feel that we cannot lose sight of the fact that the environment also needs equal attention from the government. So, before I proceed with my submission, sir, in a lighter note, I would like to congratulate, in fact, the Chief Minister and his team, the ruling party, for having shown their fishing skill, whereby they have successfully managed to fish 3 MLAs from the site, and they are now on the other side, sir. So, at the same time, sir, I would like to wish my best wishes and quick recovery for the Chief Minister so that he can attend the proceeding in this house. Sir, I would like to share my concern with in this August house. And for the benefit of this August house, sir, I have with me a statement on climate for the state of Meghalaya 2023, which was issued by the Climate Research Services India Meteorological Department. So, in this statement, we had seen that a mention was made that the maximum temperature were above normal by 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperatures were above normal by 0.5 to 1 degrees Celsius, and mean temperature were above normal by 1 to 1.5 degrees Celsius over most parts of the state. And the daily minimum temperature, sir, was above normal on most of the days during the year, with its peak seen in February and December. Similarly, daily maximum temperature was also above normal on most of the days during the year, with its peak seen in September and November. This is the statement made by the Office of the India Meteorological Department, sir, as far as the state of Meghalaya is concerned during 2023. So, and for the benefits of this August House, I would also like to mention that according to the report of the expert committee appointed in accordance with Para 5123 of 1 Journal of the Supreme Court interim direction in writ petitions, so the state government in this case has notified and admitted that as per the State of Forest Report 1995 published by the Forest Survey of India, the total forest cover in the state is recorded as 15,714 square kilometers. And it was recorded and classified in different categories. For example, number 1, forest areas directly under the control of the State Forest Department of Meghalaya, reserve forest, protected forest, national parks, proposed Namyang Gitari Reserve, Gittingri Reserve Forest, areas under parks and gardens, forests on the areas in the campus of Northeastern Hills University, forest areas on the defense, and forests under the Giant Hills Autonomous District Council, forests under the Baroh Hills Autonomous District Council, so on and so forth, sir. So I'm sure that if the government is conducting a cadastral survey today, it will not be able to get this figure that was recorded in the forest as far as the area is concerned. So, sir, in fact, on behalf of the party, we had tried to get an appointment with the Chief Minister to discuss on certain issues as far as the environment is concerned. But sir, sadly to say that the Chief Minister was not willing to meet us and discuss across the table, which is why on behalf of the party, I had given a letter to the Chief Minister expressing our opposition as far as a few areas is concerned. So we know, sir, that a few months ago, the Chief Minister had announced several projects to be implemented in the state, which include setting up of new industrial unit at Bernihut, beautification of Umyam Lake, commercial building at Polo Junction, mechanized multi-level car parking at Vivekananda Road near Additional Secretariat and Polo Ground and Polo Commercial Complex, a beautification of Yodo Market, improvement and beautification of 5 lakes in the state and Watts Lake Promenade, conversion of Panang Lake Park into a parking space, and Shillong Peak Ropeway project at Lom Shillong. These are the projects that have been announced by the government. So let me come to the intention of the government, the proposal of the government to set up new industrial unit at Bernihut. So we had given a letter to the government expressing our opposition, as I've just mentioned, regarding the transfer, the proposal of the government to transfer the Soil and Water Conservation and Agriculture Department's land to the MIA for the creation of new industrial estate at Bernihut. So there are few concerns that we have highlighted in this letter. And number one is that depletion of forest cover. So we know that we are now experiencing climate change right here, right now. And we are living in an area where climate change is a pressing global issue. The proposed repurposing of land will definitely lead to a significant depletion of our forest cover, which is indispensable for maintaining ecological balance. And so Meghalaya's rich biodiversity and forested lands are our greatest assets. And losing this cover for industrial development is unacceptable. So let us come also to the existing pollution level at Bernihut. So according to a report by the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, CRA, released on 8 March 2024, Bernihut, an industrial town in the border of Meghalaya and Assam, was identified as the most polluted city in India. Bernihut is already facing severe pollution issues, and adding more industrial activity will only exacerbate the environmental degradation. This issue raises a serious question about the prudence of establishing another industrial estate in an already overburdened area. So we find that the proposal of the government is also undermining these two departments, the agriculture and conservation, soil and conservation departments. So the essential roles of these departments will be undermined, sir. So these departments, as we know, are crucial for sustainable agricultural practices and environmental conservation, both of which are vital for the long-term well-being of our state. So we feel that strengthening these sectors should be our priority, not diminishing their capabilities for short-term industrial gain. So coming to the historical failure of the government, sir. So we have seen that Meghalaya government has a track record of mismanagement, public sectors, industries, and corporation. This raises serious concerns about the feasibility and success of the proposed industrial development. Past failures suggest that this initiative may not only disrupt the functioning of the agriculture and soil and water conservation departments, but also fail to deliver any significant industrial good. So may I also remind this House that the government had already set up the export promotion industrial park at Bernihat. And so, sir, to say that, to see that most of these industrial units which had been set up in this APIP have abandoned, they have left, and to name a few, sir, there are around 17 of these units which have left after having enjoyed tax holiday, power subsidy, and all kinds of facilities given by the government to these industries. So there are around 17, as I've said, like Aniruddha Steel, Meghalaya, Gita Ferroalloys, Meghalaya, Carbide and Chemical, Jai Kamakhya Alloys, Trishul Ispat, Meghalaya Soba Ispat, Adhunik Steel, Bernihat Ispat, Greystone, and the list can go on, sir. We are left with few industrial units there in Bernihat. So I feel that the government should not touch this land, because now we know that the government, is intending to allocate around 107 acres of land belonging to the Soil and Water Conservation Department and 27 acres of land owned by the Agriculture Department. So the question here is, why does the government want to convert the above land into an industrial estate? Is it because these departments, soil and agriculture, have failed to make use of these lands? That is the question number one. Are agriculture and soil water conservation not relevant to the $10 billion economy? So, sir, our suggestion is that why can't the government utilize other unused lands for such industrial unit? And why can't the government reuse those lands which have been left and abandoned by those industrial units there in Bernihat? So we had also mentioned here our opposition regarding the proposal to transfer land at Umiam for beautification plan, sir. So our concern has been highlighted in this letter. Number one, deforestation and ecosystem disruption. So we feel that the plan to allocate 300 acres of land for the beautification of the Umiam Lake may pose a severe threat to the local ecosystems. This move could lead to an extensive deforestation, sir, disrupting the habitat of various flora and fauna and leading to soil erosion, which will negatively impact the Umiam Lake's water quality. So historical data also shows that Meghalaya lost 17,000 hectares of forest land between 2014 and 2023. Given this alarming end of deforestation, it is crucial to protect our remaining forests rather than converting them for tourism infrastructure. So another series of concern is that its impact on Umiam Lake's ecosystem. The introduction of extensive water sports and entertainment facilities around Umiam Lake could lead to further pollution despite assurance of lake rejuvenation. So the additional human activity and potential pollution from boats and other water sports equipment could overwhelm these efforts and result in long-term environmental degradation. So its impact on local communities. The current plan does not adequately consider the needs and concern of the local communities living around Umiam Lake. These communities could face displacement or significant changes to the way of life without proper consultation and compensation. The emphasis on high-end tourism could marginalize local vendors and small businesses that currently thrive on more accessible, budget-friendly tourism. So, sir, these are the issues of concern where I would like to bring to the notice of this August House. And sir, as far as this project, this Shillong Peak Ropeway project at Lom Shillong, it has come to our notice. I don't know, it's for the government to clarify whether it is a fact or not, but there is the plan on the part of the government in the process of implementing this project that trees will be felled in that Lom Shillong for more than 1,000 trees. So, sir, I think that is not acceptable. So, if that is the case, the government needs, we are not against that project, sir, but we feel that an alignment needs to be changed so that it will not affect, because that area has been known also as a catchment area, sir. So, sir, coming to other projects also, like the Phanong Park, which the Chief Minister had mentioned that it will be converted. What we feel now, sir, we feel that what Shillong needs today, Shillong today needs more green patches of land. So therefore, sir, we feel that the government should also spare Phanong Park, should spare Words Lake, so that we will not have to pay the price in the future, sir. So, as per the data, we have seen that the rise in temperature is increasing day by day. We are now experiencing burning heat in Shillong. Shillong, which has been known as one of the best hill stations, is now slipping away. It is no longer a hill station. The temperature in Shillong is not too much difference from Assam. So, sir, I feel that in order to mitigate climate change and to put a check on the rise of temperature, the government should designate more green patches of land around Shillong. I also fail to understand, sir, why the government decides to start this medical college here in civil hospital. I fail to understand. So, in one way, the government is trying to decongest Shillong, and on the other way, the government is bringing projects in Shillong only. We feel that this kind of a project should be taken somewhere away from Shillong. It can come to my constituency, I can help the government to get a land. It will be an ideal place for a medical college. But to keep everything in Shillong Civil Hospital, let this Shillong, the present Shillong Civil Hospital, be known as an old civil hospital. Let us have new civil hospital where we take the governments away from Shillong. Because we have to be, realistic, sir, that no matter what we do, we cannot change the present Shillong and make it convenient for everyone. We have to suffer because of the lack of vision, the lack of planning, maybe on the part of the past. But we as a present leadership, we should look forward and have a vision how to decongest Shillong by taking all these kind of developments to the suburb and the adjoining areas of Shillong. So, sir, I feel that on the part of the Voice of the People Party, we would like to highlight this issue. Just now, the Honorable Minister had replied to the zero hour notice raised by the Honorable Member from South Shillong. And so the fact is that the irony is that the government is ready to sacrifice many green areas and even violate the law. There has been a gross violation of law as far as forest is concerned. Many areas which have been recorded in this notification submitted to the Supreme Court were violated by the government. We know that there are many areas in Lumshnong, forest area, where many industries have been setting up there, violating. And I want also to know who is the competent authority to issue NOC for the setting up of those industries in Lumshnong area, which has been included as recorded forest area. We know that we cannot simply divert the forest area into the non-forest activity. So let me remind this August House that whoever is responsible for diversion of forest areas into non-forest activities, especially in the Lumshnong area, will not go unpunished, sir. So, sir, these are the few submissions that I would like to make. And I would also like to remind this August House that the Assembly Secretariat, during the tenure of our Honorable Member, Charles Pingrove, they had to abandon the proposal to construct a new assembling building at Taraghar because of the opposition of few environmentalists in the state. And it involves only 35 number of trees that they need to cut to construct a new assembly building in that Taraghar. The then leadership, they are so sensitive towards the nature. So which is why, sir, I feel that this government should not be insensitive towards the Mother Earth, lest we have to pay a heavy price in the future, sir. So, sir, these are my submissions, and I hope that the government will seriously look into this matter, look into these concerns which we have expressed. And as I have said, we are not against development. The intention, the objective of the government to bring in development in the state is appreciated and good. But I feel that the choice of location, especially in this 4 location, land at Burneyhat, at Omyam, Panong Light Park, Wards Lake, sir, is not at all good. Maybe the choice of location is wrong. So maybe the government of the day will consider this matter seriously and review and reconsider its decision. And as the party, we would love to see that Meghalaya is developed. We would love to work with the government as far as the development is concerned. But as I've said, we cannot lose sight of the fact that nature, environment also needs equal attention from the government. So, sir, with these few words, I resume my seat.
The total time allotted for this, for discussions and the short duration is 1.5 hours. So I would like to know how many members would like to participate. And if anyone willing to participate, may kindly send their willingness in the slip to me so that I can regularize time. Now, any member who would like to participate? No member want to participate. Then may I request the Minister in charge to make a reply, please.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I am very, very grateful to the Honourable Member of Nongkren constituency, Ardent for bringing the short duration discussion, and who has also highlighted few important issues and also the concern for the climate change that has happened in our state, in our country, and it happens also globally. Sir, before I also reply, on a lighter note, I would like also to say that MDA and NPP party is not official. We are not official. But of course, we welcome anybody who wanted to join NPP, sir. I think this has happened. It proved that NPP has shown the good intention in saving the state of Meghalaya. So, sir, as I've already said, the climate change is a global issue now. It is a pervasive and escalating global challenge, sir, that affects every aspect of life on Earth. And the 6th assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released in 2023 reveals that human activities particularly the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, have caused global temperatures to rise by 1.1 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, floods, drought, and wildlife are becoming more frequent and intense. The international community has recognized the urgent need to address climate change through coordinated global efforts. The 2015 Paris Agreement is a landmark treaty that aims to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level. Achieving this target requires substantial reductions in greenhouse gas emissions, widespread adoption of renewable energy sources, and enhanced efforts to adapt to the impact of climate change. India faces significant challenges in balancing its development needs with climate action. The country's growing population and economy increase the demand for energy, water, and food, which exacerbates the impacts of climate change. The sixth assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report warns that India is likely to face significant climate variability in the coming decades. Erratic rainfall patterns can lead to crop failures, food shortages, and increased poverty. Water resources are also under threat, with declining availability of fresh water due to changing precipitation patterns and the melting of Himalayan glacier. To combat these challenges, India has developed the National Action Plan on Climate Change. The National Action Plan on Climate Change focuses on areas such as solar energy, energy efficiency, sustainable agriculture, water resource management, and the preservation of biodiversity. India is also committed to reducing its carbon emissions intensity by 33 to 35% from 2005 levels by 2030 as part of its nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement. Meghalaya has already witnessed significant climatic changes, including a noticeable rise in temperatures and altered rainfall patterns, which pose serious risk to its environment, economy, and communities. A study conducted by IIT Gandhinagar's Water and Climate Lab indicates that the state's annual average temperature has increased by 1 degree Celsius between 1981 and 2012. Projections suggest that temperatures could rise by another 1 degree Celsius by 2040. This warming trend is likely to exacerbate the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events such as floods and landslide. Recognizing these challenges, the government of Meghalaya has taken proactive steps to enhance the state's resilience to climate change and to ensure sustainable development. The state's approach includes a combination of policy frameworks, budgeting mechanisms, and on-the-ground initiatives, all aimed at mitigating the impact of climate change and adapting to its effects. The Meghalaya State Action Plan on Climate Change serves as the cornerstone of the state's climate strategy. The State Action Plan on Climate Change aligns with the National Action Plan on Climate Change and focuses on integrating climate resilience to the state's development agenda. It identifies 8 priority sectors: agriculture and allied sector, water resources, forest and biodiversity, energy, urban habitat, human health, tourism, and disaster management. The plan includes strategies for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, enhancing adaptive capacities, and promoting sustainable land and water management practices. The inclusion of tourism and disaster management as new priority sectors in the revised State Action Plan on Climate Change highlights the state's recognition of the growing importance of these areas in the context of climate change. The state government has introduced the Climate Action Budget as part of the state budget in the year 2022-23. The Climate Action Budget is designed to ensure that public funds are used efficiently and effectively to address the challenges posed by climate change. Total budget outlay for the fiscal year 24-25 under the Climate Action Budget is 4,501 crores, with 3,181 crores allocated to adoption activities across different departments and 1,320 crores earmarked for mitigation efforts spanning 7 departments. This approach allows the state to track climate-related expenditure and ensure that climate considerations are integrated into all aspects of governance. Meghalaya has been successful in securing funding for several large-scale external aided projects. The state government has ensured that over 50% of investment from EAPs goes into managing and conserving natural resources. These projects cover a wide range of sectors from agriculture, forestry, tourism, water management, power and infrastructure development. Under every EAP, there is also a component for climate change mitigation, which has to be fully complied. The environment-focused EAPs include A. Meghalaya Livelihood and Access to Markets Project, short form MEGALAM. The promote sustainable agricultural practices and strengthens value chains, ensuring that farmers can adapt to changing climatic conditions while improving their income. B. MECLAM, Meghalaya Community-Led Landscape Management Project, empowers local communities to manage their natural resources sustainably. The project involves the preparation of community natural resources management plans, restoration of degraded landscapes, and the promotion of sustainable land use practices. C. Community-based forest management and livelihood improvement in Meghalaya. This project aims to restore and manage community forest, enhance biodiversity, and provide alternative livelihoods to forest-dependent communities, incorporating capacity building components to strengthen local management skills. D. Manage Meghalaya Ecotourism Infrastructure Development Projects seeks to promote sustainable tourism that leverages Meghalaya's natural beauty while minimizing environmental impact, thereby contributing to the state's economic development and preservation of its natural heritage. E. Climate Adaptive Community-Based Water Harvesting Project. This project focuses on enhancing water security in Meghalaya rural areas through the construction of water harvesting structures, rejuvenation of water springs, and promotion of climate-resilient agricultural practices. F. Protection of vulnerable catchment areas in Meghalaya aims to increase the climate resilience of ecosystems and watershed livelihood in select areas of Meghalaya, focusing on the Umyau catchment in East Khasil district and the canal catchment in West Garo Hills district. The project enhances ecosystem stability, improves water security, and supports livelihood dependent on these catchment areas. G. Sustainable land management, farmers' mobilization. This project focuses on sustainable land management practices, particularly through the mobilization of farmers to adopt climate-resilient agricultural techniques. The project aims to enhance soil fertility, reduce erosion, and improve agricultural productivity in the face of changing climatic conditions. In addition to EAP, sir, all large roads, buildings, and other projects with high impact on environment need to obtain environmental clearance by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. Developmental projects with low to moderate impact on the environment need to obtain environmental clearances from the State Environment Impact Assessment Authority. Even in such cases, an elaborate regulatory mechanism is followed to ensure that any adverse effect on the environment is prevented, else mitigated. Across the world and in our own state, governments have recognized the importance of balancing the needs of development with the needs of protecting the environment and promoting sustainability. The state government is working towards providing the much needed climate resilience, green growth to the people of the state. In addition to the large-scale projection mentioned above, the government has implemented several key climate actions that address specific challenges posed by climate change. These actions include A. State Climate Change Governing Council. Chaired by the Chief Minister, the State Climate Change Governing Council has been revitalized to provide holistic oversight and strategic direction on climate change, mitigation and adaptation efforts in Meghalaya. This council plays a crucial role in coordinating climate actions across various sectors, ensuring that all state policies and projects are aligned with the broader goals of reducing greenhouse gas emissions and enhancing resilience to climate impacts. B. Payment for ecosystem services. The PES approach incentivizes communities to conserve and restore ecosystem by providing financial rewards for the ecosystem services they provide. So far, the PS program has successfully covered 540 square kilometers, contributing significantly to forest conservation and biodiversity preservation. Recognizing the success of the initiative, the state government has sanctioned an additional 1,000 square kilometers under the PES scheme. In addition to conserving the existing forests, the state government has also undertaken significant afforestation measures. I am glad to inform that the state government has planted over 77 lakh trees in the last 4 years. The state is also taking various measures to bring over 1 lakh hectares under organic cultivation by the year 2028. This would make Meghalaya a front runner in organic cultivation. The state government has allocated 30 crores for the organic mission in financial year 2024-25. C. State water policy. Meghalaya State Water Policy outlines a comprehensive framework for sustainable water management in the state. It emphasizes the importance of protecting water catchments, promoting water conservation, and ensuring equitable access to water resources. The policy includes measures for the restoration of degraded catchment areas, the rejuvenation of spring, and the promotion of rainwater harvesting. By securing water resources, the policy enhances the state's resilience to climate change and support sustainable development. D. Spring mapping and rejuvenation. Government has undertaken extensive efforts to map and rejuvenate these springs, ensuring that they continue to provide reliable water supplies in the face of changing rainfall patterns. The spring rejuvenation program includes measures such as reforestation of catchment areas, construction of check dams, and promotion of soil and water conservation practices. E. Carbon finance project. The state has explored carbon finance as a mechanism to support climate action. Carbon finance projects involve the generation and sale of carbon credits from activities that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, such as reforestation, afforestation, and sustainable land management. By participating in carbon markets, Meghalaya can attract investment in climate-friendly initiatives and generate additional revenue for community development. F. Capacity building and awareness program. Government of Meghalaya has prioritized capacity building and awareness program. These programs aim to empower local communities with the knowledge and skills needed to adapt to climate change and participate in conservation efforts. G. Public awareness campaign. Government has launched several public awareness campaigns to educate citizens about the impact of climate change and the importance of sustainable practices. These campaigns target various segments of the population, including students, farmers, and urban residents, and cover topics such as water conservation, waste management, and energy efficiency. Wherever possible, we are promoting renewable energy through the Chief Minister's Solar Mission, rupees 1,000 crore scheme aimed at providing sustainable green energy in Meghalaya. I am happy to inform that over 500 health centers in the state are being run on solar power. The state government has demonstrated a strong commitment to addressing the challenges posed by climate change through a combination of policy frameworks, innovative budgeting mechanisms, and targeted initiatives. By aligning its strategies with national and global climate goals, the state is making significant strides towards enhancing its resilience and ensuring sustainable development. The initiative outlined in this note reflect a holistic approach to climate action, one that integrates environmental conservation with economic development and community empowerment. As climate change continues to impact the region, Meghalaya's proactive efforts serve as a model for other states and regions facing similar challenges. So before I conclude my speech, few concerns raised by the Honorable Member, Ardent Basaumoit, Honorable MLA from Nongkren, like converting a plot of land at Bernihat into industrial estate, then few projects proposed for improvement of tourism in Umyam Lake, then Shillong Peak, then Pan Nong Lake, or known as Lady Hyderabad. So these were only the discussion that we have among ourselves, and as I've already read out the statement, the commitment made by the government, We are really equal concerned about the climate change that we have seen. Therefore, any steps, any decision to be taken by the government, this has to be also not less than 60–70% should be taken into consideration the effect of the climate change. So, sir, as of now, I would like to clarify that we are right now with these places which mentioned by the honorable member. It's only a preliminary discussion that we have. And let me also inform, sir, of course, we have taken a decision only for the barrack point where we house the office of the executive engineers and 2 offices of the SDOs, PWD. In that area, I would like to inform the honorable members of this August House through you, sir, that we have taken a decision. We will convert that area into a green space. This is what we have taken a decision, sir. And relocation of these offices is being also initiated, and I'm very sure with few months from now, we'll be able to shift, and then we will make sure that this project, since it is in the heart of Shillong, we would like to see that children, old people, young and old, can enjoy the space, the green space that we have in this area. So with these few words, sir, once again, I thank you, and especially I thank the honorable member from Nongkrem, Ardent for bringing in this motion, short duration discussion that we have today. Thank you so much, sir.
So, I'm thankful, and I would like to appreciate the Honorable Minister for his extensive reply. Sir, however, it would be more convincing on our part if the government walk the talk and do what they have just mentioned to its policies. So, because, as I've said, we are not against the development, but we are truly concerned about the environment. We have because we have seen signs of warnings also, sir. Recently, it was first time in the state of Meghalaya that streams and tributaries leading towards Mawplang Dam was found dried up. So this is, I feel it should serve as a wake-up call for the government of the day. So, sir, and I would also suggest that if the government really feel that we need to improve tourism industry, there are 3 simple things that the government can do. The government should ensure that all the roads in the state are good. That is number 1, I feel, sir, my experience while going through across the nook and corner of the state. And number 2, ensure that we maintain cleanliness at all cost. That Meghalaya should, get rid of litters and rubbish, and that will also attract the tourists. And the government can also find ways and means how to solve the traffic congestion. These are the 3 main things, which I feel will help the government will help the state to promote the industry, the tourism industry in the state. So with this few words, sir, I once again thank the Honorable Minister